Hi everybody, welcome into Siren Records Monterey. This is Fresh Catch Friday. Cass is here, I'm here, and we're going to start out with picks of the week. As always, our boy Cass kicks us off, and what is good?
Alright, this week I have the new Aesop Rock and Tobacco collaborative album under the name Malibu Ken. Aesop Rock is a Portland-based rapper. He's been doing it for quite some time, since the 90s. One of the best in the abstract hip-hop field, and Tobacco is a very excellent producer and frontman of one of my favorite bands of all time, Black Moth Super Rainbow. I believe he has either left them for good or is taking a break from that group, and he's focusing on his production because he has a lot of albums under his name, Tobacco, as well. And he has a very distinct style of trippy psychedelic beats, and he sings through a vocoder as well, so it's kind of got this weird futuristic Daft Punk sort of sound with his vocals. And he doesn't, obviously Aesop Rock is doing all the vocals on here, but he does a little bit of vocals here and there for hooks and stuff, so it's an interesting mix. It's definitely a very unique rap album because you wouldn't really hear these psychedelic sounds, almost sounding like Boards of Canada at some points for the production, so very interesting mix. These are two of my favorite artists. Aesop Rock, one of my favorite rappers of all time. His last album was excellent, but this is honestly one of my favorite things either of them has done, so please check it out. I'm very excited, starting off the year pretty strong, and it's got some pretty cool stuff in it too. First of all, the album's on blue vinyl, which is cool.
That's nice.
And it's got like a mask, I guess you can take out and put on if you really want to scare
it's got even the
shit
little
out of
elastic
someone.
thing to hold it on. That's pretty good.
I don't know if I'm going to be wearing this very much, but it's pretty cool. And yeah, like I said, the artwork, pretty incredible, but also pretty disgusting at the same time, so.
That's amazing.
Please check out the music video for the track, which was it, Acid King. The music video just has a bunch of animation, just like the cover, and it's totally disgusting. So.
Wow.
Check it out. Very excited.
Did you give a price on that one?
Not. $20.95.
Oh, okay.
Pretty good deal for all this stuff.
Yeah, you get a lot of some of the mask alone.
I know.
It's like, okay.
I was thinking of putting it on, but I don't know. It's a little.
Well, I
crazy.
love the way they include the elastic string because that is just attention to detail. I love that. All right, so my pick for you this week is the new Toro. This is called Outer Peace. And this is the 6th album that Chaz Bundick has recorded under Toro. It's actually the 7th if you consider the Michael that was recorded as Les Sins. That then, you know, that's kind of splitting hairs anyway.
And that was that Star Stuff album.
Yeah,
That's in too.
He's got a lot of different things he goes under. So anyway, I can't really exactly tell you what number album this is for Chaz Bear, but you know, it's right in there. Anyway, he did some things where he did a little bit of traveling and went to sit in a Airbnb cabin in Northern California to just write lyrics and do all this stuff. But he was also kind of heavily influenced by the accessible dance music of Daft Punk when putting this together. And you know, it's like his fingerprints are all over. The influences of those people is all over this, but he's just really showcased as such a really, really good producer. This guy just, he totally knows what he's doing, but there are some kind of inconsistencies in this. The flow isn't maybe like previous Toro records, but I'm not saying it isn't good. It is actually really good, and if you like Toro, you are really going to like this. But it's just kind of, maybe it's going to be a grower. I don't think right out of the gate it grabs you. There's been a couple of singles that have been previously released, Ordinary Pleasure and Freelance, of course.
Freelance, so good.
Very good, right? Anyway, his quote is, technology is allowing people to become creative at home and become almost like entrepreneurs from their desks. I felt like that's who I really wanted to connect with on this album. So, okay, you know, maybe he's trying to inspire people to get out there and do their own thing. But anyway, I just really like Toro, and this is something I've been really looking forward to, so I'm happy about this being out. This is the indie exclusive. It's on clear vinyl. This one's $20.95, or you can get the black vinyl for $19.95, your choice, but indie exclusive is always like, why wouldn't you? And I believe there's a download with it too. Yeah, there is a download with this as well. Okay, so is there a couple of other things you would like to talk about just to let people know?
Two little things. First, this new Sharon Van Etten album, Remind Me Tomorrow. Sharon Van Etten, a New Jersey-based singer-songwriter. This is like her fifth album actually, and I guess she's been doing it for about like 15 years now. And her last album, she took a bit of a hiatus from music and went on to do like some acting stuff. So that's
and
pretty
she had
cool.
a baby too.
Yeah, she had
That'll
a child, and so she's had a lot going on in her life. But I guess this is kind of like a comeback for her, and it's a really interesting album. Really digging it.
Oh my god.
And so basically it's just like some singer-songwriter sort of stuff with some elements of like dark wave and some electronic beats too. It was very unique album for her. I definitely say the dark wave influences were kind of new coming from her. I haven't really heard that kind of stuff. It's usually like acoustic, you know, stuff with some depressing lyrics, but this time the instrumentals are a little more depressing than usual. So yeah, check it out. It's was it $18.95 actually, and it's on clear blue vinyl, so that's pretty cool. So check that out. Let's see. Next, I have this new Deer Hunter album, which I've been very excited about and waiting for a while. I don't know how long it's been since our last one. Maybe a few years, not too long. But it's their 8th studio album. Deer Hunter, I've always thought, is one of the most consistent bands in indie rock. They never really put out a bad album, and this is obviously no exception either, since I'm talking about it. It's really good. A lot of people have been comparing it to David Bowie's Low, and I know singer Bradford Cox is a huge fan of Bowie too. Anyway, so
You just
yeah.
taking calls in the middle.
Interrupting the music. Did I say where they're from? Where are they from? They're from Georgia, actually. Very unique place to be from. Atlanta. Don't hear too many indie rock groups come from there. But like I said, they've been doing it for a while. Mostly Bradford Cox is like the main man behind the whole thing. He's doing like most of the production, the music, lyrics, and all that. But he has a touring band, of course. But this album, it's a little different for them. They've definitely gone away from their more psychedelic roots and their early stuff for more like indie pop sort of sound. But the production style on here is very interesting. The drums are very crisp, very snappy and loud, and it's just really good. Short, catchy songs. They get a little psychedelic here and there, but yeah, it's definitely just a solid release from them. Not like their best ever or anything, but it's not a stinker. It's just a solid release. So check it out. It's $23.95, and it's on a really dark gray vinyl, basically black, but it's just barely gray. So
Kind of translucent if you hold it up into the light.
yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So is that you with just 2 extra ones today? You didn't really
Yeah,
feel
I
like
didn't
talking
have-
about a third?
Have another. So.
All right. Well, I'm going to tell you about the new Guster album. Now, this is called Look Alive, and it's on Network. And Look Alive is the 8th studio album from Guster, and it's their first studio release since 2015's Evermotion, which I always thought they had like so much potential, because even when I listen to the old stuff of theirs, it sounds so relevant to me. I really like this band. Anyway, there are no more lo-fi for these guys. They kind of are much more slick and produced on this. They're using more synthesizers to add more textures. So you are not going to be hearing like any big sense of futility or anything, but it's really the music remains pretty upbeat like their usual stuff. It's just no longer with the lo-fi edge to it. So this is exclusive limited edition dandelion yellow vinyl, which is very nice. It's $24.95, and yeah, if you've been missing Guster, you can check them out again. All right, next thing I've got for you is, this is pretty great. This is Joy Division in New Order, Total Best Of on Warner Brothers, and this is a compilation album of material from Joy Division and New Order, and it was released in the United Kingdom in June of 2011 on CD. This is the first time on vinyl and here in America, and it's the first time that you've had Joy Division and New Order on the same album. And there's also a New Order track called Hellbent that is previously unreleased that's on here. This is also the legendary Factory Records art director Peter Saville oversaw the cover art. You can probably tell because it's very New Order-ish, and we've seen this kind of thing before, but that's what they're good at, is a running theme. So anyway, this is all the stuff that you would possibly want if you're not like a New Order, Joy Division completist. this gives you kind of some really great tracks of Joy Division, which, you know, they were like an amazing band. Their singer, Ian Curtis, sadly hung himself, and, you know, they were kind of really at the top of their game. And for a band to pick up the pieces and come back the way New Order did is probably even like stronger than Joy Division ever was. It's pretty rare because usually everything falls apart if you lose your singer, right? It's kind
true,
of
yeah,
over.
they really did one of the biggest recoveries in music
Really,
history.
pretty much so. So anyway, this has all the great stuff. It's 2 LPs, it's $28.95, and you might want to pick that one up. All right, lastly for you, I've got Pedro the Lion. This is Phoenix, it's on polyvinyl. Phoenix is Dave Bazan's first album in over 15 years under the name Pedro the Lion. He did some solo stuff. He's also another one that's like, you know, kind of a little bit depressing, but he's a pretty good songwriter if you get into it. I guess he was like touring in a van by himself, kind of not having the greatest time out on the road, and he stopped in his hometown of Phoenix and really went back to the old house where he lived, and, you know, started getting memories, and that's kind of what this album is. It's like a collection of memories that he's put together, and you know, it's pretty good. It's like soul searching and mournful, but there's like he's just reconnecting with his roots, and, you know, it's a kind of a good thing for him to do because, you know, he's not the most consistent person, you know what I mean? So yeah, oh
Crazy,
yeah,
yeah.
it takes him forever, right? Well, this is on 180-gram seafoam vinyl plus a digital download, and it's $25.95 for double LP, and it's also on cassette for $8.99. So check out Dave Bazan's new work if you feel like it. And
Nice.
now let's go to
Through
this.
this stack
Okay,
quick.
all right. I've got the Tuesday releases that I will thread in there as we go. Okay.
Okay.
All right, and first off, we've got some more of those remastered Deep Purple reissues for you. The first one is Fireball, and these are on purple vinyl. This is 180-gram, $23.95. Also in rock, same thing, purple vinyl, remastered, $20.95. Now, a Tuesday release is The Grateful Dead. Here, this one is Skeletons from the Closet. It's the best of. It is white vinyl. This is one of those from the Rhino Start Your Ear Off Right. So this is out on Tuesday. Just letting you know it's here, okay? That one is $19.95, okay? Then next we've got Steve Gunn, The Unseen In Between, $21.95. We have Cody Johnson, who's like a country guy, I guess, right? Ain't Nothing to It. This was 2 LPs for $24.95. Boy, 2 LPs for that. Is this guy like a newcomer? Because that's pretty ambitious if he is, right?
That's a lot, yeah. I
Okay.
like the album name though.
Do you? Okay.
Nothing to it.
Okay. Then we have Heart to Mouth. This is, what, is that self-titled?
No, the band's called LP.
Oh, the band's called LP. This is actually on orange vinyl, which is a good move, I think, too, because that looks like it's about right. And it's $21.95. All right, now Little Village. That's the Tuesday release. Little Village is it's self-titled. It's on blue vinyl. It's $20.95, and this is Ry Cooder, John Hyatt, Jim Keltner, Nick Lowe, and you know, these are a lot of these guys are, you know, John Hyatt of obviously and Nick Lowe, but Jim Keltner is like a big studio session musician, and Ry Cooder, of course, everybody knows him too. So Tuesday, $20.95. Also, Joni Mitchell Blue on blue vinyl. This is another one that's out on Tuesday. This is classic Joni Mitchell, $20.95, great record. Then we've got Maggie Rogers, Heard It in a Past Life. This is $19.95. All right, bunch of Klaus Schultz, I guess, reissues. First one is Continuum, $24.95. Then we got Moon Lake as well for $24.95. Are those doubles?
Yeah, they're all doubles. They're honestly not like any of his best work. This one's actually a triple.
Isn't this the guy with like a million albums out? Like he's like the Sun Ra of what, the electronic world or something?
Yep, that's him.
Okay, then we got Shadowlands, $24.95.
They're all triple LPs actually.
The triples?
Yeah, I see side E on all of them.
Oh
so
my
all the songs are like 20 minutes long.
god. Okay. All right, now we've got, how do you say this, Shigeto?
I don't think we found that one actually.
Oh, we didn't find, okay, Shigeto's around somewhere, probably in the other room. All right, now there's a bunch of Snow Patrol reissues. First one is 100 Million Suns LP. This one's $27.95. This got to be a double too, right?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, then we also have Eyes Open, 2 LPs for $28.95. We have Fallen Empires, another double. Boy, I didn't know they just did nothing but doubles either. That's weird. $28.95, and then Final Straw, $22.95 for Final Straw. All right, now we have the soundtrack for the cast recording of Pretty Woman, and this is the musical. It's on red vinyl, 2 LPs for $27.95. And then we have Switchfoot, Native Tongue. That just says colored vinyl. Do you have any idea what color that is?
Clear swirl.
Okay, now who is Switchfoot? Has some? Don't they have some people that are known or?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I thought they did. Okay.
Grammy Award winning.
All right, then there you go. That one is $26.95. All right, then we have Tender, Fear of Falling Asleep, $21.95. All right, then we have Thunder, Please Remain Seated on orange vinyl, 2 LPs, $27.95. All right, Various, This Is Soul, $20.95. Oh, and then we have the return of M. Ward. This is A Wonderful Industry. This is on cloud clear vinyl. I'm not really sure what that means. Probably means it's just like smoked up a little bit. $19.95. And lastly, for Tuesday, this is a reissue of Warren Zevon, self-titled. This is, well, it should be on a color vinyl, but does it say? No, it does not. But, well, maybe they decided to do this one on black vinyl. But anyway, there you go, Warren Zevon, $20.95, out on Tuesday. Okay, so yeah, to wrap it up then, I guess we got the new Health album coming out pretty soon, which is going to be like something to really, really look forward to. I don't know, is there anything else that you got on the deck that you're really waiting for?
There's something coming out next week. I'm trying to remember. Claypool Lennon Delirium, they have like their full-length album coming out, so that's should be pretty cool.
Okay.
I like them.
Sounds good. All right. So this weekend we're open 12 to 4. You working this weekend? Both days? One day?
Sunday. I'm going to start not working weekends, by the way, guys.
Oh,
I'm
no.
working during the week now.
Okay. So we'll have to get somebody else in here that you can pose your questions to on the weekends.
Ash and Eric.
Ashley and Eric. They'll be here. Okay. So we'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching, and subscribe if you want, and hit that little notification bell down there if you want to be clued up when there's a new upload. So other than that, we'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.